D-Day has finally arrived. The deadline is here.
It's NHL trade season, and Sportsnet is here for it with the NHL's most comprehensive coverage.
That's a team that's trying to win a Stanley Cup.
Are you betting your season on what you have right now?
On TV, the Sportsnet app, and sportsnet.ca with breaking news and insider information from hockey's most connected sources.
This is the ruthless pursuit of the Stanley Cup.
Hockey Central Trade Deadline, presented by Bet365, March 8th on Sportsnet.
Are you low on food? Struggling to pay the bills? Overwhelmed by life's challenges? When you need support but don't know where to turn, just dial 211. 211 connects you to the programs or services near you.
211, how can I help you?
211. Help starts here.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Out of the Fog. I'm your host, Laurabel Mba. It's still February, which means it's still Black History Month, and today we're going to be joined by two fantastic guests. We're going to take a chance and take a trip out of the studio to meet Casey of Delicasey NL. Then we'll hop right back into the studio to sit down and chat with Ogaga Johnson of Verisult. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome back, everyone, after that short break. Well, if you know anything about me, you know that I'm Nigerian, and being Nigerian means I love jollof rice. So join us as we take a trip out of the studio to chat with Casey of Delicasey NL, and she gives us a run-through as to what jollof rice is and what she's doing with her small business. All right, and now we're here with Casey of Delicasey NL, and we're going to be, well, I guess, what are we making today?
Jollof rice.
Okay, so for our viewers who don't know what jollof rice is, let's pronounce it slower a little bit for them, because I know some people are probably thinking Jello fries, but that's not what we're making. So jollof rice. Okay, so what goes into jollof rice? Because I see a ton of ingredients, which might be familiar to me, but might not be so familiar to our viewers. So what's going into this lovely meal that you got in store for us today?
I would say the main ingredients are the tomato paste,
okay,
the blended bell pepper, obviously the rice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Then your spices.
Okay.
Yeah, then vegetable oil. Yeah.
And stock. Okay. So you're going to be walking us through how to make this. So I'm going to we'll give the viewers a little bit of a preface that the spice measurements are done for our tastes. Yeah. Please feel free when you're trying this recipe at home, measure to your liking. We measure with what the ancestors and the spirits tell us.
Yeah, as the spirit leads.
As the spirit leads is how these have been measured. Measures your heart tells you is adequate. So don't make it too spicy if you don't like spice, and if you like spice, like I like spice.
Oh, same.
Add as much pepper as your heart can contain, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess the first step is, what do we start with?
So, we would start by adding the vegetable oil.
Okay. So what comes next? What are we adding?
Some chopped onions.
Okay. So while you add this, what got you to start this restaurant?
So I wanted to give my Nigerian friends a taste of home for affordable prices.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with the grocery hike. So
Okay, so this was a chance to give a little bit of taste of home to Nigerian
Yes.
students who live
yes,
here.
yes.
And
I mean,
now-
I've gotten compliments on that my food reminds them of home.
See, that's the
Yeah.
best part of it. So I'm here because, as you know, I love Nigerian food, and I get to now eat jollof rice that I did not have to slave over. So thank you for that in the first place.
You're welcome.
So you started this with Taste of Home, and now I guess the rest of Newfoundland and Labrador gets to enjoy, well, if they're in the metro region, gets to enjoy your taste and your cooking. Okay, and how are you finding that so far? Have you been busy? How's it been going?
Oh, yes, it's been really busy. Really busy, but fun.
But fun?
Yeah,
Fun is
I
the-
love cooking, so
Okay.
can't complain.
Okay, so how long have you been open now?
For over a year.
Okay. Okay, so what is the next thing we add as we saute onions? And hold on, how long are we sauteing the onions for? What do they need to look like?
For a minute.
Okay.
A bit translucent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, this is good.
Okay, so what comes next?
A teaspoon of turmeric and a teaspoon of thyme.
Okay.
So,
All right.
good.
So what so far as you've been in this for about a year and 6 months on DoorDash?
6 months on DoorDash and a year registered.
Okay. What has been your favorite part so far about running a restaurant?
Oh, the challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, the challenge of running a restaurant in a foreign country. Yeah.
Okay, so originally from Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you move here?
2021 September. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So for our viewers, because I was amazed when I found out how old you are and you were doing this. You want to tell the secret as to how old you are to run this restaurant?
Well, age doesn't matter. I'm 20, but age doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Once you have the passion for it, not just the passion, but the determination to
Do it?
to open it. Yeah.
It's worth it.
Oh yes, it is. It is.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
When the reviews start coming in, then you swell. So.
Okay, so what is next going in?
Oh yeah, the tomato paste.
Okay.
This is very important.
All right, so how about a can?
Yeah, a can. That's 300 milliliters.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just.
Scoop, scoop, scoop.
Yeah. Careful of the oil.
Okay, yes. Oil cooking, as everyone should know, be careful when you're working with hot oil.
Yeah.
So I know the importance of jollof rice to, I guess, every Nigerian celebration. But can you inform our viewers as to what this dish means to the Nigerian culture?
Oh, it's very, very important. There is no celebration without jollof rice. Yeah.
Basically, you
A
can't go...
wedding, birthday, funeral, there has to be jollof rice.
There's no point.
Yeah, there has to be one. Okay. And it's a popular dish in West Africa.
Perfect. So how long are we, what consistency do we want the tomato paste to get to?
So you'll pretty much tell it's
Yeah.
going to be fried. Now that also matters. You don't want your food to be tangy.
Okay.
If the tomato paste isn't fried properly,
Yep.
then it's going to, your jollof rice will be tangy.
Okay, so have that rough bite of a fresh tomato. That's not what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So you fry it on medium heat for about at least 4 minutes.
Okay.
Then you stir. You stir it too so it doesn't get burnt.
Okay.
So we can add a
Jollof.
teaspoon of paprika and a teaspoon of paprika and a teaspoon of jollof spice.
Okay. So jollof spice is sold at stores for people who are looking. So
Yeah.
we don't have to share the secrets of what goes into that because I do not know all the secrets of what is in a traditional jollof spice. So is jollof rice one of the most ordered things at your restaurant? or-
Oh yes.
Okay.
I cook 2 pots and it sells out in 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, jollof rice sells out. It's really good.
So we continue to fry the tomato paste, the oil, the onions, and the jollof spice and paprika for a few more minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're still sauteing tomatoes and onions. And so
Yeah,
what
this-
would be the next step? So where are we going next?
Now the blended bell pepper, tomatoes, Scotch bonnet,
Okay.
and
So I'm going to give a warning.
onions.
Scotch bonnet is hotter than the average pepper. So if you are not a spice enthusiast, avoid it. You can
Yeah.
stick with the chili, I guess, would be a nice substitute for
Chili.
Scotch bonnet.
Or just tomatoes and bell pepper.
Okay.
You're good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, looks nice.
It looks real nice. It smells even better. Okay.
Yeah, now stir, stir, stir.
And then how long are we now letting this cook for?
So we need this to fry for 8 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, for 8 minutes.
All right.
So before that, we need to add our spices.
Okay. So what's next on the spice?
Now the order doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can add
Whatever order we want on this. Okay.
So a tablespoon of salt,
All right. So sprinkle that all in.
a tablespoon of dried pepper,
Okay. Once again, we like spice. You measure to your heart's content.
then
What's that?
a tablespoon of Cajun,
Okay.
yeah, it's nice to fry the spices with the bladed pepper.
Okay.
Then some bay leaves.
All right.
Yeah, that's very important in the Nigerian jollof rice.
It's a necessary addition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
And this,
7 Maggi cubes.
otherwise known as bouillon cubes or stock cubes. Maggi is just the traditional one that we're used to using in jollof rice.
Okay. Then a tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste.
Okay. And then
Now,
stir it all in.
yes.
All right. So we stirred all that in, and then now we leave it to cook for about 8 minutes, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll cover that up. Okay. So we did a little TV magic. 8 minutes flew by, and now we're back in 30 seconds or less, and we're going into the next steps. So what is next for us?
So this depends on the cook.
Okay.
So you can add your washed parboiled rice.
Okay.
So jollof rice is nicer to cook it with parboiled rice instead of jasmine. But if you prefer jasmine rice, no problem. If you can deal with the starch, that's fine.
Okay.
So you can add your parboiled rice to the blended pepper mix.
Yeah.
Or you can add your chicken stock.
Okay.
I prefer adding my chicken stock. So
Okay. So some people use the store-bought chicken stock, but you make your own. How do you make your own chicken stock?
So I boil my chicken with spices.
Okay.
Salt, Maggi cubes.
Okay.
Chicken seasoning.
Okay.
Cajun.
So basically the same kind of spices you would put into the jollof rice you use for the chicken.
Yes.
So I know that a jollof rice is always paired with a few things. So protein of your choice. We prefer chicken. That's generally how it's done traditionally. So the chicken that you would be pairing with this as you cook separately is the stock you use in making the jollof rice, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So we are ready to add the rice. So this is a one-pot dish for people wondering how many pots they're going to be needing to get this done. One pot. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, I will take that for you.
Thank you.
So now I guess we stir the rice in.
Yes. Ooh. That's a lot of rice.
This looks so good. All right, so we mix this. So what are we doing now?
So we add our foil pepper. Our foil paper. Yeah, to steam it.
Okay, and then we cover that up.
Yep.
And how long are we leaving this to cook for now?
30 minutes.
Okay.
45 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so after a quick 30 minutes, or in your case, 30 seconds, thanks to the magic of TV, we are back. And Casey, I think it's a drum roll for the last couple steps.
Yep.
All right, so let's take a look and see where we are to on this jollof rice adventure.
Wow.
All right, things are looking
good.
and smelling. Oh, we really wish we had smell-o-vision, because if you guys could smell how delicious this is in here, you would be at the door, knocking, begging to be let in. Okay, so now we're adding butter or margarine?
Margarine.
Okay, there you go. All right, so add and then just stir that in. Okay.
So while we're going in with stirring on that, for anyone who is watching, who is interested in where they can get the spices to create their own jollof rice at home, there are a few locations, so you can get them authentically. There is Wandabo's and Med's Tropicals, which are both located at Rope Walk Lane. And if you can't get out there, there is also Toya's International Store, which is on O'Leary Avenue. So you can go in there, tell them what you're trying to make, and they will be happy to direct you to the appropriate spices and spice level for your liking. All right. So now comes the great part. So when we're plating this up, we got some chicken, we got some plantain, which are the way we traditionally have jollof rice. So we'll let you plate that up, and then I will get to savor on your behalf how good this all tastes. Oh, that looks so delicious. And she gives a wonderful helping. Oh, see. Guys, I'm jealous for you that you are getting to eat this with me, but I will tell you how great this tastes. Oh, that looks amazing.
This looks good. Want some more?
We'll start with that. If I'm coming back for seconds, I'm coming back for seconds.
Okay.
So plate this up with plantain to make sure we get all the delicious flavor. A bite of plantain, a bite of rice, and then you can see the steam showing just how fresh it is. No words.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been absolutely delicious.
You're welcome.
And we will see you guys again soon.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm now joined by the one, the only Ogaga Johnson. Ogaga, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me here.
So I've creeped you on LinkedIn for a very long time.
I know.
So I'm really glad to finally have you here. And I want to get our audience a chance to get to know who you are even better than I know you. So Ogaga, who are you and how did you end up sitting on my couch today?
So you already said my name, Ogaga Johnson. So founder of Verisult. I'm a project management leader, and I do a lot of speaking engagements. I think at the core of who I am, I love helping people. Okay. I love helping people, and that was what led to Verisult, the company that I founded. Okay. It's basically an innovative startup company where we help individuals, especially immigrants, to transition to in-demand careers and have fulfilling careers. And we also provide like project management services to companies to help them deliver on whatever, project objectives that they may have. So that's kind of like a summary of who I am. I'm also a mother. Okay. I take that role very seriously.
As you should.
And I enjoy traveling with my family and just, meeting new people as well.
Okay. So you're cooler than I even knew you were with all of that. So let's take a step back into Verisult for a little bit. How did that come to be for you?
So, I didn't, think I was going to start a business. So I didn't start a business because, I had a 10-year plan to start a business, that kind of thing. I will say I stumbled into business. So it happened, like about maybe 3 to 5 years ago, I moved to Canada because I just got married, and my husband decided that we're going to make Canada home. Right. So I was coming to a new continent that I'd never been in with no family, apart from my new husband. Yeah. And then the worst case was that we're coming to Newfoundland. Okay. And I can remember, when I was telling people I was coming to Newfoundland, they were like, where is that? Yep. They were like, I've never heard of Newfoundland before. We're not coming to visit you. You're on your own. You're on your own, right? But one of the things I wanted, when I came, I was encouraged to take a certification exam. That's PMP, because I was, in the line of project management. So I did it, and I decided, because I love helping people, I decided, do you know what? PMP actually opened a wider door for me in Canada to advance my project management career. So I wanted to teach people how to get their own PMP so that they can also advance their career. And from teaching people, I started having more people come to me, hey, help me, do my CVs, help me do different things in order to, move into a good career, because there were so many immigrants coming. They had good experience, but they end up as cleaners, business, they end up working in McDonald's. Nothing wrong with all those things, but when you have so much experience and value you can provide, right? So that was how Verisult really started. So last year we fully incorporated as a company, and I think as of last year we're able to help about 200 people, train them, upskill them. Some of them actually had a full career transition, a reskill, reskilling, right, in order to now, work in a profitable career. So you can see someone who was a full-time stay-at-home mom, right, moving into a project coordinator role and earning, above 70K, right? So those kind of things gave me a lot of happiness, joy. Those kind of things give me a lot of happiness, joy, because I see, lots of immigrants now, being able to have fulfilling careers and just being happy that they can have, not necessarily make a name for themselves, but contribute to economic growth as well.
See, that's so cool to see that you are coming with the experience of, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I need to make something for myself. And you took that and like, I can do so much more. I can help people.
Absolutely.
So it's February, which means it's Black History Month.
Yes.
And a lot of what we're doing here at Out of the Fog, and the pleasure that I get to have, is showing people the different ways Black people are navigating society. So you are a Black woman, an entrepreneur, a mom, a business owner. How do you combine all of that while still navigating your identity in a predominantly white space?
That's a very good question, because one other thing I didn't add is that, I have a 9-to-5. So I'm a director at a company that we focus on sustainability, environmental sustainability. So that's also another layer of things, right? And I would say it's not easy because, first of all, one thing you didn't mention is I'm an immigrant. So I don't have any like mommy, grandma, grandpa, sister around, right? So I will say that navigating all these things, not only as a Black woman, but also as an immigrant, is very difficult because you don't have your usual support system that you will have around. So for example, if I had a networking event in the evening, right? I have to ensure that my husband is around to look after the kids. I don't have a mommy to go drop off the kids with, right? So that just creates a layer of, of things. And also, especially in Newfoundland. Newfoundland, I love it because it's a small community, especially St. John's, very small community. So there's a very tight, network, right? And you need to go out or be active on social media. You need to meet people to break into that network. And sometimes that could be quite difficult, especially when you don't have, that a lot of that external support for childcare. So I would say one of the major things that, in terms of struggles that happened was building my own network or my own community. It took a while, but I can say right now I have that community, but it definitely took a while. So that was a huge struggle. I cried a lot. Okay, I did cry a lot. I felt like, I didn't, just didn't have that support because I'm coming from, this is not my first time moving. I've moved from Nigeria before to the UK, and I built that network. So it felt like starting over again, building that community, right? And this time it was more difficult because in London, when I was in UK, I was in London, so it's quite open. You don't really feel Black in the space because there's a lot of Black people around. It's very open. It's very advanced in terms of encouraging and welcoming diversity.
So we talked about the fact that you're a mom. So you're raising kids in a place that's becoming a little bit more diverse. What have you found have been the moments where you're like, we got this, we can do it, I'm willing to sink my boots into this?
I will say that once I started getting into the networks and the bubbles, right, it was not easy, but once I started getting into it, I found that Newfoundland and the people in Newfoundland are, they're quite friendly and they actually care once they get to know you, right? The only issue is before they get to know you, but once they get to know you, they are really friendly, really like, because, all those fake laughters, like you can tell. You can tell fake laughters, you can tell fake care when someone cares for you, but it's fake. But coming into these networks and these circles, I found like people really genuinely care, right? And that's one thing. So for me, I found Newfoundland as home. Okay. You know, after it took a while, but I see Newfoundland as home now because I have built that community of people around me. I would say church, going to church was a very great way to build that community as well. You know, having that opportunity to have an international church where you have people from different cultures, different backgrounds, and it just really opened my mind to, you know, everyone, we're all human beings first, regardless of race, color, and you know we can actually live together and you know impact each other in diverse ways. So for me, I see Newfoundland as home now.
Okay.
I don't feel like an immigrant anymore. Yeah.
Okay. So as I mentioned, it's Black History Month. So the theme for this year is Black History, a history to celebrate, a future to build. What does that mean for you?
I will say, for example, like for me, I will use my own story in terms of, you know, if, you know, it's some history to celebrate, future to build, is that, you know, because especially when you're an immigrant, like, you know, and you're Black, right? I've come into Newfoundland with diverse perspectives. You know, I've come with, you know, so many skills. It means that, you know, there's something I can contribute. There's something that can contribute to the growth of the economy, to the growth of the community here in Newfoundland. So it means that there's an opportunity for me to come in and make a difference. And I'll say I'm already making that difference already with Verisult. You know, when it comes to anything delivering projects, you know, ensuring there's community impact, the projects I do deliver community impact. So that's already economic development for the community. I have a business, so I pay my tax, right?
Absolutely.
That's already economic community. You know, my children are part of the system, whether they go to a daycare or they go to pre-K, you know, they're already part of the system. So I really say that for me, it means that there's so much opportunity that the Black people can bring. So it's about embracing this uniqueness and actually, you know, ensuring that we are given the opportunity to make the impacts that we can bring. That's one thing I'll definitely say.
So I got you for about 1 more minute, and so if you have a parting piece of advice or something you want to leave our audience with, what would you want them to know about you, your organization, or your experience?
I will say that, you know, Black people have so much to contribute. We've been through a lot. So when it comes to seeing things from a different perspective, and we're very ambitious as well. You know, we want to get things done. Yeah. So, and I think that's a lot of drive and energy that we can bring into any society, any community to make a change and to get things done. And one thing about Verisult is that we deliver results. We get things done.
Yes,
and I would say the reason why we get things done is because of, you know, what we have been through in terms of being Black. Because we know that we need to get things done. So that's what I would just say, you know, be open, you know, hear our story, allow us to get these opportunities, you know, and all that, because there's a lot of impact. We want to make a difference. We do want to make a difference.
So people watching, the little girls, the little boys, the Black kids who are going to know Newfoundland and Labrador as their home, they got this, right?
Oh gosh, you got it. Like you do. You have it. Like you. Don't think you're too small or too little. Like I used to say something when I teach, right? I say that, you know, you have something to contribute. Everyone has something to contribute. There's so much potential inside everybody, especially the Black people. We have so much potential. Use it. Don't let anybody, you know, dim your light. Let your light so shine before men.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you so much. It's been great chatting as well.
We'll be right back, everyone. Well, folks, it's been a fun month. It's been a fantastic episode. I want to give a very special thank you to my guest, Casey, and I hope while you were watching, you took a chance to take down some notes so that you can make your own jollof rice at home. If you do, send us a memo. I want to know how it turned out. I want to thank Ogaga for joining us and talking about what her experience has been like starting a company, navigating life as a Black immigrant woman, and as a mom. I've enjoyed spending time with you all this month. And if nothing else, I hope you learned something about Black history and our experiences here in Newfoundland and Labrador as Black people. And I can't wait to see you all again next time. Happy Black History Month, and we'll see you soon.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
This March, the biggest talent competition in the country is going to get even